Hello YouTube, and welcome to another installment of Neo's Notes. Today we're going to take another first look at a new game. Just hit open beta. We're looking at Mech Warrior Online. The Mech Warrior franchise has been a very long-running franchise. Most of them have been single-player games until Mech Warrior 3 came out. Actually, I think there might have been some multiplayer in Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries. That's where I started, but man, that's been forever ago. Anyway, the premise of the game is you are a pilot and of these giant freaking battle mechs. Basically, there are several tons of steel and various materials that are designed for one purpose: go out and kill something. So when you first load the game, you are presented with this screen after you log in, the launcher. From the launcher, you can spend experience, buy mechs, upgrade those mechs, design it how you want as far as your weapon loadout goes. You can, chat with your friends, see who's online. I don't currently have anybody in my friends list yet, but you can create teams, so you can just jump straight into battle with your buddies and go do some mud hole stomping in people's faces. And generally, this is where you're going to be when you're not in a match. When you start the game, you have 0 C-bills, C-bills being the currency of the game. You have 4 trial mechs. Think of it this way: a trial mech is a mech that is supplied to you by the individual whom you are fighting for. You don't start out with enough cash to buy your own mech. You do that by running matches with these trial mechs, and you eventually buy your own and start customizing it. The trial mechs you cannot customize; they are set in stone. But the nice thing is, you also don't have to pay to repair them and rearm them. Essentially, there's the four mechs. You have a light mech, a medium mech, a heavy mech, and an assault mech. Those are the weight classes, respectively. Each one is really good at its own role. One of the key features of this game that they have been talking about is role warfare. Role warfare is basically you fill a specific role in the battle, either a scout, a long-range sniper, a skirmisher, things of that nature. Each class of mech, being like weight class, is better at specific things. Like a scout mech would be a light mech. You can take a medium mech and use that as kind of a heavy scout, so you're able to dish out damage and take some more damage. The heavy mechs are great skirmishers, can make decent long-range snipers. And then there is the assault mechs. The assault mechs are ginormous beasts of pure destruction. They are the ones that take forever to get to the fight, but once they're there, everyone knows because things start dying. So let's explore this screen a little bit. So, like I said, here's your 4 mechs. To select a mech, to decide which one you're going to fight with, you just simply double-click it. Pretty simple. Up here at the top, we have a few tabs. Your home, which is what we're on. The Mech Lab. This is where you customize your mechs and get down to business. As you can see here are the 4 trial mechs. We have the Raven. Let's go ahead and switch over to that, which is the light mech. Also, once you get some credits, if you ever want to create a electronic warfare mech, the Raven is the one to go for because, well, that's what they were designed for. We have your medium mech, which is the Centurion. It comes equipped with 2 medium lasers, 1 large laser, 1 small laser, 1 LRM-10. It doesn't have any jump jets, which enable you to fly in short bursts. Without them, you can't jump, essentially. Heat sinks, which help take away some of the heat that these weapons produce. By the way, all your weapons, everything you do, produces heat. If your heat gets too high, your mech will shut down. You can override that so you can keep pounding things, but if you do that, you risk exploding because, well, your mech got too hot and all your ammo said boom. Let's see. Each of these are, obviously have their own ranges. We'll get more into that once we jump into a match. And then we have your heavy trial mech, which is the Dragon. Again, as you look over here, it kind of gives you some stats. It's a 60-ton mech. Its firepower is not really that high, but none of them really are once you start looking at them. Heat efficiency, this is how well it can dissipate heat from the weapons and everything else. And structure type, standard. There's some upgrades you can get to increase the health of your structure. Again, we'll get into that here in a few minutes. Then we have the Awesome. The Awesome is a 80-ton assault mech. It comes equipped with 2 LRM-15s. What that stands for, by the way, is long-range missile 15. It shoots 15 missiles per salvo. In this case, if you fire both of them at the same time, you're firing 30 heat-seeking missiles straight at your opponent. 2 large lasers, which do quite a decent amount of damage and have a decent range. 23 heat sinks, which helps to dissipate the heat. An anti-missile system, and then of course you have your basically this is your hardpoint setup. So you have one slot for an AMS, you have 2 slots for missiles, and 5 slots for energy. So you can stack a lot of lasers on this bad boy. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Mech Lab as far as you will see at the beginning of the game. Later on, you can come over here when you have enough credits to purchase your own mech, and you can buy a mech and you can start armament. You can start arming it. Basically, buy your own weapons. You do have to pay for ammo, so if you're using something that uses ballistic ammo, then well, you're going to have to continuously replace that. You also have to keep your mech in good repair. You have to pay for the repair. You don't have to do any of this with the trial mechs. There are no upkeep costs, which is nice. But you get more. You actually get more C-bills, which is again the in-game currency for using your own mech. You also gain experience to upgrade your mech and your own skills. So the benefits of just jumping straight in and buying your own mech as soon as you can is pretty good. By the way, they do have it is a free-to-play game, so it does have a real currency, real money currency, I should say, which is MC. MC, you can use it to buy mechs, weapons, etc. Basically, you have availability to almost everything in the game with the in-game points, if you can, or in-game currency, if you can actually grind up enough to buy the things that you're after. The quick way to do it would just be drop in 10 bucks and go do whatever you want, buy stuff. So from this screen, this is, like I said, when you have your own mech, these will highlight. You go to your loadout, which is where you buy your weapons and decide where you're going to place them on your mech. Also, each area has its own armor values, which you can adjust from here as well. Then we have the modules. From here is for pretty much upgrades like advanced zoom, costs 2 million C-bills, and you also have to have enough experience to buy it because this is a skill. So you can't use it until you have enough experience to purchase it, but we'll get to that here in a moment. Over here we have your upgrade section where you can upgrade from standard armor to ferrofibrous. What that is ferrofibrous is lighter armor, and it provides 12% more protection than the standard armor. So it's a nice little boost. I take it back, it is not any lighter. It's the same weight, but it produces more protection. It does take up some hardpoint slots, so whereas this armor does not, this one does, because it's a nice little upgrade. You can upgrade your structure from standard to endosteel. Endosteel is a 5% lighter than the normal steel frame. And heat sinks, standard heat sink, double heat sinks. Of course, a double heat sink does, man, I cannot talk today. It reduces the heat by twice as much. You dissipate it faster, essentially. Then over here on this screen is kind of aesthetics. If you have different camo patterns, you can apply them from here. If you have things you want to stick in your cockpit, just for the hell of it, you can do that from here too. And that's pretty much it for this area. Next we have the pilot lab. And this is where you spend your experience. Each mech gains experience for itself, essentially. So you can upgrade its systems over time. Like you have Cool Run here if you have 750 XP, which obviously makes your mech run a little bit cooler, which is always a good thing. It means you can fire your weapons faster and more often. But you work your way through these trees, and once you get down here, here's the fun part. To unlock the elite level, you have to have all these unlocked and bought for 3 different variants. A variant is, well, a variation of a type of mech. All the mechs have different variants. Basically, the main difference is their loadouts, how much they armor have, etc., etc. Then you have your pilot tree. This is where all your skills, personal skills, will come in, and personal upgrades. The only one available right now in beta is Advanced Zoom. What that does is each mech can zoom in. It has a 2x zoom that you can zoom in. Well, this adds another level to that and gives you kind of a picture within a picture style zoom, so you can zoom in pretty far. If you played any of the old Mech Warrior games like Mech Warrior 3 and 4, you'll be familiar with this. Then we have factions in store, which are both grayed out. This will be the in-game shop. Factions, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty much assuming, total assumption here, that this has to deal with the lore factions that are in Mech Warrior, like the houses and the clans. And I guess you would choose from here. I know you can do affiliation with them eventually, which will lower the price of certain items in the game, so it's a little bit cheaper to buy them. It's kind of like grinding grinding web. There's a new term for you. It's kind of like grinding rep in World of Warcraft to buy those buy certain items to enhance your gear, or buy special gear that you can only get if you have Exalted with a faction. Okay, so honestly, that pretty much covers it for this launcher here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into a match and let you take a look around. I'm going to go ahead and pilot my little scout mech here. I'll probably die pretty quick, but it's part of the game. You die. There is no respawning in the game, so once you're dead, you're dead. You don't have to set through the entire match, but it's beneficial for you to do so, because you can zip around through the views of other pilots on your team. You can see their play styles, what their weapons are they're using, etc., etc., and kind of learn a few things as you're sitting there dead, going, "Come on, come on." Anyway, so I'm going to pause the video here because the launcher, by the way, is stuck in 720p resolution. You can't change it. It is windowed. As we all know, if you've played with Fraps has a problem when you change screen resolutions. So I'm going to launch a game and then I'm going to resume it, so that way it doesn't crash on us. I'll be back here in just a moment. Alright, so we're back. We're in game. We're still waiting for more players to join. And as soon as they do, we'll get going. In the meantime, down here on the right bottom of your screen, you see your weapon layout. To switch between, you have your left click and your right click to fire your primary group and secondary group. To switch groups, you use the arrow keys on your keyboard. To assign a weapon to a new group, you would use the right control key. On the left, you have your armor display. It shows your general damage. Top center of the screen, you have the time remaining in the match, how many units are dead, and basically your capture timer is like capture the flag. So you can stand on your enemy base and win it and win the match, or you can just go kill everything, which is what I prefer to do. One thing you will notice first off is your mech can twist its torso, the upper half, independently of your legs. So you can be walking one direction like this and continue that direction, and then use your torso twist to aim and target. Really handy in fights to do this. Now, the blue markers are my teammates. You'll see some red markers, which are enemies. Those enemies, once one mech has a target, they can share that target to the entire team. That way people with long-range missiles can shoot at them from, well, a long ways away. Let's see. Whoa, what was that? I'm not even sure. Okay, so the object here, I'm just kind of running around while everybody else goes and kills stuff, and kind of, you know, just let you see the map a little bit. Each map creates heat on your mech differently. It's the heat is environmentally adjusted, I guess you could say. Essentially, if you're in a cold environment, then that helps with heat dissipation. You can fire your weapons more often and faster. Hotter map like this, you're going to you're going to take some heat. You got to manage it. If you stand in water, it helps also dissipate the heat a little bit faster. So that's kind of handy. Basically, run around, kill stuff. It's pretty fun. You have enhanced vision modes, like this is heat vision, so you can see your enemies a little clearer. Because once they get hit, they light up like there's no tomorrow. If they fire their weapons, they light up. If like the cloud over there, you can actually see the heat from the smoke. Pretty nice feature. You do have also night vision, and then like I was talking about the zoom, you can zoom in twice, and that's it until you get the advanced zoom. So let's see. Let's go find something to shoot at. I'm probably gonna get blown up, but then I'll let you take a good look. I am totally not going with what you should be doing in the game. You should always stick with your team, because without your team, you're gonna get killed. Because they'll team up on you. So always want to stick with your team, if at all possible. That way you can just share in the glorious destruction that is Mech Warrior. Oh, here we go. Here's somebody to shoot at now. I'm in my light mech, so I'm running faster than pretty much anybody else. I really don't do a lot of damage. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm probably going to die here in a minute. But that's all good. It's all good, because that's the name of the game. There's no respawns. It is a war of attrition. But yeah, as you can see, I have the graphics on medium right now because, well, I've been frapsing, and I turn it down a little bit because my computer is not best in the whole world, but it's by far not bad. As you can see, the game still looks pretty damn amazing, even on medium level of graphics. As you can see, damage effects, I just hit them with my laser, so those parts are getting hot, which is always nice. It really is a fun game. Whoa! Now there is one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about lately, which is apropos really, because it sucks. The matchmaking system, they are still working on that, because right now you get kind of caught up in a pug, and you're ending up going against teams of very well coordinated people, and so you get stomped. Okay, there you go. I blew up. Now, after you're dead, what I was talking about is, like, now we are looking at this person's mech. He's in another light mech called Cicada. He's already taken some damage if you look down here at the screen. He's running 2 ER-PPCs. A PPC stands for Particle Projection Cannon. They are very, very strong weapons, though they do produce a lot of heat. So the fact that this guy has 2 PPCs on a Cicada is kind of scary. It really is. But it overall is a great game. The graphics are amazing looking. It holds true to the entire Mech Warrior series, and it is just a load of fun. It is free to play, as I mentioned before, so head over to their website, which is mwomercs.com. I will link that in the description. And sign up for the open beta, and come join us, have some fun, meet some people, join a clan, and get your game on. I know this was kind of a shorter review, but you know what? This game speaks for itself. It really does. Just go get it. Give it a try. You're not going to lose anything by jumping in and starting to play. Prepare to die a lot, because of what I was saying with the matchmaking system at the moment. They will hopefully have that adjusted by the next update. Meet some of the, talk to the devs on the forums, talk to other players, and yeah, just really try this game out, people. I can't stress that enough. You could feel free to add me if you decide to try the game out. I'm Neo Cryptor. Just add me to your friends list, and you know, we'll go team up and have a good time. Because let's face it, every game is better with friends. As you can see here, he just went into night vision. He's tracking a mech that's zipping through the air. That he's using jump jets, which allow you to fly. Oh, and that's the end of the match. And we won, yay! As you can see on the right-hand screen, right-hand side of the screen, there's my money that I earned for this match. Even though I died, I still got 139,000, and then the XP that I earned for the match. So, you know, it's pretty easy, pretty good breakdown. It's typical of most games, but it is just, yeah, come get this game. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. That's probably because I'm sick and I don't feel well, and yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to the launcher. Okay, so, you know, you just saw some of the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed what you were seeing, because I enjoyed this game thoroughly, even though I die a lot. A whole lot. But, you know, once I build up some more money, that will slowly change as I upgrade my mech, and I also get used to this specific setup for Mech Warrior. Either way, again, it is, you can pick it up at mwomercs.com. It is a wonderful free-to-play title, and I highly, highly recommend it. Until next time, Mech Warriors and general people watching the channel, and that fluffy bunny that's sitting over in the corner eating a carrot. I'm hallucinating. Yay! Anyway, have fun, guys. I will catch you later. This is Neo again, and I am out of here. Till next time.